You know the hit tune from Carly Rae Jepsen. I think that's her name. From probably like 2012, 2013, something like that. It goes something like this. I'm not going to sing it because I know that you guys don't want to hear me sing. But it goes something like this. Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy, but here's my number. Now call me baby. Great line. We're going to change one word out of that entire thing. So instead of saying, hey, I just met you and this is crazy, but here's my number now, call me baby. Call me maybe, I think is actually this. Call me maybe. That's what it is. What we're going to do instead is we're going to change two words now because I messed up this entire thing. And I'm just going to roll with the flow. So we're going to say, hey, I just met you and this is crazy, but here's my number. Now buy from me, baby. When was the last time that you went up to someone, the first time you met them, you gave them your elevator pitch. That elevator pitch went so perfectly and magically. And you said, I provide XYZ service, product, business, whatever. And they were like, ah, amaze balls, I want to buy that thing from you. I asked a group of roughly 43 people yesterday, roughly 43, because I counted the crowd. One person in the crowd had good results with that. According to her, she had that happen 3 times. How many times did she have bad results from that? Approximately many is what she said. Too many to count. So, just playing a numbers game, folks. Remember to play the game. So, yes, I think you should go up to someone, introduce yourself, say hello, ask them what they're watching on Netflix, who their favorite WWE superstar of all time is, who their favorite Ninja Turtle, what's their favorite roller coaster, whatever it might be. Yeah, figure out great things about them. But then the next part of the game isn't to upsell what you can do. It's to put them in the game called life, called business. And I don't care if you're selling because you own your own business, because you work at a business, you're always selling something, right? And so whether you're trying to get your next job, you're trying to get someone to like your post on Facebook, whatever it might be, you're always selling something. And I think people, will they approve your material that you created? Maybe you work for an agency and you do designs with that person. Are they going to accept the designs that you made, the YouTube edits that you made, the audio edits? We're always selling something, and people want to sit around and be like, no, I'm not selling. No, listen, folks, you're always selling something. Now, you might not be a quote-unquote sales person, but you're always selling something, and so you have to think about that, and you want to articulate it in a way that makes sure that if something's going to be a little funky, that you, preview that in a way so that that person is ready for the funk and not just seeing it and go, whoa, I was not expecting that, and then hate it. So everything is about preparing for when you go for that hard sell. And so what I want you to be thinking about is meet a bunch of people, talk to people online, go online, comment on posts, like on posts, engage. And then if you happen to do it in person too, what I want you to do is engage, have great conversations. Don't talk about business, engage. But then make sure to get that person's contact information of some sort, right? The key is you don't necessarily have to give them yours. You just have to make sure you get theirs. They might not have a business card. Have a piece of paper and a pen handy. Have your cell phone out. Get their name, get their email, get their digits. Then what I want you to do is not set up the next meeting and to try and sell to them, because that's what everybody does. And that part of the game isn't until later, folks. What I want you guys to do is I want you to think about just calling and following up with them and talking to them about something that you guys talked about in your discussion. So, for example, yesterday, someone asked me about my book cover and the plane on the book. If you've seen the cover right there, specifically that plane. And that plane is supposed to be an ode towards my favorite show, Lost. If you've ever seen the show Lost, you are in good hands, just like Allstate. This show was not powered by Allstate, but if Allstate, you wanted to, hit me up. That would be a main sales pitch right there. But we do not encourage that. But when we're throwing out names like that, maybe you do it. So anyway, someone asked me about Lost because I said it was my favorite show. And they said, well, what do you think about the ending? And I said, it was good. And she said, well, what happened? And I said, I don't know. Like what happened? I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of different meanings, right? But anyway, that's the conversation that individual and I can always have now. And so I think oftentimes people think that they have to talk about business, right? And it doesn't have to be, what are you watching on Netflix? Obviously, that's what I ask. You guys can steal that if you want. It could be what do you do for fun, right? I don't want it to be about business. Like, do you eat bananas? What's your favorite fruit? Something that's just so ridiculous, that is so different than everyone else. That's what I want you to do. Because remember, you're competing against 4,999 other ads a day, because there's 5,000 of them a day, and you want to be one of those ones that sticks out, because if you don't, you won't be memorable. So instead of saying, hey, I just met you and this is crazy, but here's my number, now buy from me, baby, or call me maybe, you're going to get their number or their email, you're going to have a great conversation with them, and then you're simply going to follow up and engage more about what you guys talked about. And hopefully it wasn't about business, because when it's time for business, I promise you, if you follow this path of create great relationship, follow up, continue relationship, then start to dig deeper, and only then, when you know that they are the right fit because their pain points are what you can provide, then is the only time it's appropriate to sell to them. But until then, you don't have a good enough track record. You don't have enough in the doctor's visit yet, if you will, to get the answer that you want, which is a yes. So, when you meet someone, have a real conversation with them about nothing to do with business, and then do what most people will never do. Follow up. If you don't follow up, friends, here's what will happen. You don't get to the next step. Yeah, that's it. You have to follow up. Most people don't follow up because I don't even know why. They're just afraid. Hey guys, I want to let you guys know I'm putting on an awesome webinar next week. And if you guys are interested in it, all you guys have to do is head on over to my Facebook page. It's facebook.com/Zack Miller Says. Remember, everything that I do is Zack Miller Says. That's ZACK Miller Says. If you don't know how to spell that, just look at what you're watching right now. Look for how to spell my name, and then search for that on Facebook, facebook.com/Zack Miller Says. And then go to the events page, and then I'm doing this event March 19th from 2:30, that's Eastern Standard Time, called Build Your Brand and Stand Out Like an Anomaly! Free webinar by me. It's also facebook.com/events/155083402097081. Very difficult to remember all that. So what we're going to do is we're going to put that in the show notes so that you guys can find it there. All you have to do is sign up for there. It's free access. It'll be amazing. You'll be like, amazeballs, this was the greatest thing I've ever been a part of in my life. I need to do more of this. Yada, 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 yada. Woo! But before then, make sure you subscribe wherever you are listening, because that's what all the cool kids say you need to do. That's it for this edition of ZMS, aka Zack Miller Says. I appreciate you guys listening. If you guys have topics that you want me to talk about, let me know, and I would be delighted to explore the option to talk about your subject matter. Until then, I'm Zack Miller. I'm listening in your earbuds. You're absolutely amazing. Peace out, and hit a home run. Deuces.